I'm Spencer.
And I'm blown away.
And this is The Itch.
And that's not fanboy talking, that's in general. I don't mean just by one conference.
And we haven't even started. And then,
sorry.
And we're going to talk about the E3 Sony press conference.
Man.
They did a great job.
Cry.
I will say Microsoft's was really awesome in like the hardware
they're really
section
it,
of all the stuff they can do with their technology.
Mm-hmm.
Sony's was very game focused, and to their credit.
And they know that they fucked up a couple years. And we're like, hey, we got some times we want you to try.
That's true.
So,
all right, you ready?
Let's get started. Yeah! Oh yeah!
So Sean Layden came out and he talked about reality, and then he said stuff about reality,
and then he just walked off.
And then there's reality, and I think he mentioned reality at one point. You recall him mentioning, and then after that...
He might have said it maybe like fucking 20, 30 fucking times. I was literally telling him, I was like, if he says fucking reality, fuck you. Fuck you.
It was a little bit of a terrible speech.
Hey, fuck you!
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
the reality of it.
Because the reality was he left. He left. And we got the last we saw of him for a while. So the first game they showed off, bam, The Last Guardian. A game I think everybody's been looking for.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
That they're even, like, I know Deuce Eric was like, oh, I'm not impressed, but I'm like, you have to understand the gravitas of what's happening.
Producer Eric is so uncultured. He doesn't understand.
So uncouth. No.
Yeah. While we were playing Shadow of the Colossus, he was probably leveling up his character, and I don't know, was Destiny out at the time? Maybe not. Maybe World of Warcraft or something.
Well, I bring up his point because there are going to be people that are going to be like that because they're like, I don't understand it. Mm-hmm. You know, what the hype is behind it. And it's such a cultural thing. Yeah. Think about it. You know, what's left that's like super anticipated now that people really want to play? Half-Life 3. Mm-hmm. It's like really the last one. So, I mean, wait, there's another? Oh, we'll get to it. But yes, fucking hyped. It looked great. I love the best thing about it. I pointed it out, and I just fell in love with it the more I witnessed it. Mm-hmm. Was the different art style for your main character and the Guardian.
So yeah, Last Guardian was you're a kid, and if you play Shadow of the Colossus, it's in that style. If you haven't, check it out.
Yeah, it's like iCode too.
Yeah. So it's the little boy, and then he's being followed around by a big animal. It's like a bird rat creature kind of.
Yeah,
kind of a combination. It has feathers.
Smashed it together.
And so you're in this like ruin, like old ruin. Yeah. And basically, for whatever reason, you're just walking around trying to get to the next place. And it's just your journey working together, helping and him helping you to get to the end.
Yeah, he leaps across these huge jumps. And then he, of course, helped you out. And then he has a phobia against what looks like a sort of sign. Yeah. Maybe he was, like, captured or something, or whatever the case is. So you push that off for him. It's that kind of give and give relationship. Yeah. You know, hook me up, I hook you up type of thing. And it really, I'm going to cry in that game. I already know it. Right off the bat.
Shadow Claw is one of the few games at the very end I got pretty choked up.
Oh, really? I know what happens, unfortunately, but without playing.
Oh, you never actually played it? Oh my! Yeah, it's very sad
because it's literally the freaking carpet or the rug from underneath your feet.
Yeah, but and I want to know that that animal had horns. Or had what?
I believe it did.
Forming horns, at least.
Yeah, because that's a baby at the time, and I think we've seen other promotional stuff where it's older. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming you're going to be flying with this thing to some extent.
It's crazy.
Definitely cool though.
So then Shuhei Yoshida, did I mispronounce that?
No, you're fine.
Okay, he talked about it for a little bit. He's really excited.
He was totally excited. I am totally excited. Yeah, I was like, totally, bro. You're totally.
So then he went away. And then Herman Holst took the stage to talk about, he's from Guerrilla Games, to talk about their game, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Which actually looked, I feel bad because immediately I was like, it doesn't look that good, like graphically. Mm-hmm. And then when you actually see the gameplay, I was like, I'm an idiot. It looked great.
His game, it's set in the distant future, but it looks like it's set in the past. Not too distant future. And then it was basically like, caveman style.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow.
It's like reverse caveman.
Yeah, because they're in the future and they look at all the past civilization that we created.
Yeah.
But it almost, honestly, that kind of seemed pointless because the gameplay didn't revolve anything around that.
Yeah, because you're still using technology.
Yeah, so it's a little bit confusing on that. Maybe it'll elaborate more when the game is actually closer to coming out. But, oh, and by the way, Last Guardian 2016.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they were playing and you were kind of shooting down like monstrous dinosaurs. They were dinosaurs, but mechanical.
That's what it looked like. Yeah, so...
With a bow and arrow that was also mechanical.
I would assume there's, like, another society. It's like...
You know, I was kind of hoping that it would not involve any machinery.
Yeah.
As soon as I figured it out, I was like, oh, let's make it all like a battle against nature. Like, almost reforming, but in a city. Yeah. It wasn't that. But that's okay, because it was gorgeous and it looked cool.
Yeah.
Cool. The next game was Hitman. Honestly, I'm not the biggest Hitman fan. Assad Kizibash came out and talked about it.
Props for getting the name.
PlayStation orderers get access to the beta.
Looks like it's multi-platform, but they're trying to push emphasis on semi-pseudo exclusivity. And I was talking to Deuce Eric. I do have a bit of a problem with that because they're constantly like, "You'll get it here first." I'm like, "You guys had all this opportunity." I liked some of the indie games they showed. Those indie games look great. Mm-hmm. I would play every single one, probably except for the last one. Mm-hmm. The Russian one? Yeah. I was like, that looks like what's it called? That looks like the game that we just reviewed.
Hatred?
No.
Hotline Miami?
Yes, Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that. And then the one before that was like essentially the same thing, but it was isometric and it's like cutting the monsters. I was like, yes, give me this shit.
There's some weird stuff in there.
Yeah, but definitely, Hitman's there. If you're a fan of Hitman, obviously there's more of a narrative spun around it. You know, he's coming back, I guess. Yeah. Agent 47, but still, regardless, cool. It's nice. I can respect it. On to the next one, son.
Take it away.
Yo, we got some classics on that Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? So they've... One interesting thing I want to point out before we talk about anything else was they're talking about beta. The first time Street Fighter ever has had a beta. Which is weird. If I remember correctly, it's the first time. So obviously they're checking for latency. They're checking for just character balances outside of their own QA. Because, I mean, we've talked about before, Japanese QA just has that level of perfectionism.
Yeah.
Where they want to really make sure there are no bugs in the game. And character balancing is a big part of that as well. You don't see it, I mean, how many times does freaking what's called get patched? League of Legends.
Ugh.
All the time. Because someone finds some, maybe exploit or whatever that makes them a little better, right? Or something.
Sort of, but they change out people's moves and all the time too.
Okay, yeah. So they want to make it fresh and fun at the same time. So that's good. So anyway, these old schoolers, right, are like, let's bring Cammy back, right? Which, we saw her in 4. Okay, cool. I was hoping for Makoto.
I'm not a huge Street Fighter person, so I don't know all the characters, but she has like a lot of butt showing.
Street Fighter 2, I think she was in Super Street Fighter 2 or Street Fighter 2 Turbo or something. And her win pose, she turns her butt to you and gives you a thumbs up.
Excellent.
Excellent. And then the oldest old school, this motherfucker was in Street Fighter 1. The very first Street Fighter, and then the Street Fighter Alpha series, Birdie. And he looks fucking fat in this one instead of muscular in Alpha. So that's going to be interesting. I want to see what he does. He apparently could just rush right through you. It reminds me of, for anyone who's played Street Fighter 4, it reminds me of Abel. In the sense he's a big guy, but he's got some, movement to him and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's interesting. But definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully I get Makoto. Hopefully there's Karen, Makoto, maybe Armika. We'll see. And
as long as some of those people have butts, that's all that really matters to me.
Well, Armika. So on to the next thing.
So we got to see No Man's Sky.
Yep.
They got to visit a planet that, as soon as they popped in, it's called QT.
QT, yeah.
Something like that.
QT, which was sponsored by QT. Do it for me.
Thank you, QT.
Yeah.
So it's basically, No Man's Sky. They travel through the cosmos. And
what's your opinion about that?
I'm thrilled.
You're thrilled?
Thrilled.
Well, the reason why I ask is because I know Deuce Eric was like, I want a progression system, and it doesn't seem like it's focused on the progression system, or they haven't talked about it yet.
Yeah. I don't care.
But the exploration's there, which is
that's nice. All it is. It's exploration. There's going to be combat, obviously, and all that stuff, and I'm sure there's equipment and weapons and all that stuff. But it's not an RPG where you level. Well, I mean, it could be, but that's not the focus. Clearly, the focus is exploration.
It's going to the center of the galaxy, which is neat. So that transition was pretty legit when he's like, I'm just gonna pick a world, and he just jumped to it, and I was like, done loading, huh? It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was really, really cool.
Yeah, and then he just lands in there, and then, you know, it goes through the clouds, because that's why everything, you know, hits white, goes through the clouds and stuff. I was like, yeah.
It was awesome.
I can fuck with this. And the best thing is, if it's a good and successful IP, DLC. Adding these things, like maybe like forts or something like that or whatever.
Or
maybe,
a progression system.
Yeah, make a planet yours. You know what I mean? Welcome to my planet. Yeah. That'd be sick. You know, you got your own fucking base.
Just tons of like Street Fighter butts everywhere. Just growing out of the ground. Right. You can just plop them out.
Hey, Cammy. Yeah.
Excellent.
This is a wonderful bunch of butts.
Yeah. The butts are growing out nicely this year.
Right. They're filling. Never mind. Let's keep going.
So the next one, it was Dreams. It was like a creator system, not a game per se.
It's very interesting. It's like, for those who didn't actually see it, it's like stop motion for a game console, essentially. And you get to illustrate these things first, and the illustrating part in itself is pretty interesting. And then they're like, all right, well, you can make stories out of this now. You can move these guys around, stop, and keep going and play, stop, whatever. And they start off showing you this like guy in a room just with the piano. Yeah. And then they kind of gravitate to these larger worlds, and you realize there's a lot more stuff than just the basic things I could do with this. Like, if you remember Little Big Planet, people used to make games from Little Big Planet. So I just imagine what they do with this stuff. There's going to be so much porn. Anyway, it looks great, though.
Next up to talk about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the main thing to discuss is a new character.
Well, she's always been there, but it's new missions for her. Her name is something Fry. I believe it starts with an F. Or no, Evie.
Evie Fry.
Evie, yeah.
And she was quite the murderer.
She was worse than her fucking brother, man. She's just cutting dudes up. She literally took her hidden blade into someone's jaw. That's why when we were watching it, I was like, because he got in the jaw and then threw him in the furnace, and then another dude got crushed. And I was just like, what the fuck?
It was
stabbing dude through the hand.
It was pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's great though. Love it.
Looking forward to it.
I have no problem playing as I'm a little more confident in the game. Seems like they're putting a little more polish on it, even though it's all cinematic.
Moved over to World of Final Fantasy, which is like a chibi Final Fantasy game.
Yo,
it's coming out 2016. Go ahead, man. All right.
I got a problem with that.
Okay.
Because they make them chibi, then they make them grow, then they make them chibi. The cool thing I will say is they have nods to other Final Fantasies. Like, you saw the Warrior of Light, you saw Cloud. It's kind of cool, have them come in and do, whatever. So
that kid looked like Sora, but I'm not so sure.
He looked like fucking Sora or Roxas. He looked like either one of them.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't intended to be him, though.
It wasn't.
Now that I think about it.
And when we first started, we were like, it's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's like a weird chibi Kingdom Hearts game.
Nope, definitely wasn't.
Bummer.
But they brought us back so they could set us forward 20 steps.
No, I'm pretty sure that's all Final Fantasy. Okay, next up is
You won't do this to me.
Just kidding. Oh, what's this? Wait, Final Fantasy VII Remake? What does that mean?
Oh god, damn. Let me put this into perspective as far as gaming culture for people who don't know. That's not my favorite Final Fantasy, and I'm fucking hyped for it. After years. There are years of people going, public outcry. We want a remake, and they're like, "Oh, there's these stipulations or whatever." Yeah. I was actually I was a little disheartened when I saw it because I was like, "It can't be. Yeah. What's it gonna be? Some new, another chibi fucking Final Fantasy?" Yeah. Sure as shit, you hear the narrator. He's talking. He's like talking about a fucking promise, and then I'm like,
how fucking hilarious would it be if instead they used that beginning to promote World of Final Fantasy? They like imagine this world in chibi form, and then just showed you all
they're all cutesy and running in place like tactics.
I would get out of the room for fear that you would kill everybody inside.
I'd probably just slam dance everything. I'd just tornado it up.
But no, we do get Final Fantasy VII remade. It looks like it's gonna be in the Advent Children style,
multi-platform,
multi-plat.
The big thing, a friend of mine, Troy, asked me, is it going to be an ATB system? Which is interesting because Final Fantasy 15 so far is getting a lot of approval. A lot of people are liking it as far as the gameplay is. It's relatively simple. but there's a little bit of complexity to it that they haven't shown us yet.
I hope not.
What?
I want the ATB system.
I want the ATB system, but I wouldn't be opposed to maybe even a Final Fantasy 12 type system. Okay, all right, stuck in the past, guy. Regardless, a little bit. I want them to take a little bit more liberties with it. Like I know some of these fights that were, I wouldn't say held back technologically, but they're going to be amazing. You remember? Okay, so you played it though, yeah?
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember when you go into the Shinra building and you fight the helicopter through the elevator and stuff? Mm-hmm. That fight's going to be badass because of what they can do to it now.
Yeah, it's going to look gorgeous.
Sephiroth in general they're going to add more stuff. You know they're going to add more stuff. But how you meet your characters, things that weren't really played out are going to be more played out. You're going to see Cloud actually look like a chick trying to get into Don, whatever his name is, place.
Yeah. His little Street Fighter butt coming out of the back of his...
Street Fighter booty. Yeah, he's smart, you can tell. But they're definitely going to put more of an emphasis on making that game as best as it can be, and I can't wait. I will min-max that game.
Collector's edition. You gonna buy it?
I'm gonna get a collector's edition, dude. Collector's edition is gonna be so fucking rare for that game. You won't even believe, man. So of course I'm excited. Spencer's excited. There's nothing you can really say that's gonna dampen my spirits about this. So let's move on to some bullshit. No.
All right, Devolver Games. It's an indie platform. It came out with Ronin, Aider, Mother Russia Bleeds, and Crossing Souls.
Yeah,
they all looked interesting. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'd play 3 out of the 4 because the last one, Crossing Souls, seemed like a little bit like kiddie-ish because I think they were fighting in like a school and it's like using a whip or something like that. It's like maybe not for me. Russia Bleeds though. Yeah, I'd like to rip someone apart.
Well, I just hopped on board on Crossing Souls.
What did they put a release date on that?
I don't recall.
Damn it, that's the problem, Sony. You got to tell us.
The next one I thought was a little bit weird. It was the Shenmue 3.
No, it's not weird, sir.
Via Kickstarter, which hasn't started.
It has started.
Well, no, as the time of this thing, it hadn't started yet. And they had like a demo, I guess. The guy made some kind of demo of it, and the characters...
Yeah, just to show it off.
Characters looked awful. I'm hoping that they
this was a Dreamcast game, so...
Okay. The environment looked really cool, but the characters looked really, really bad.
Really?
We have the Kickstarter because it did begin as soon as that ended, or maybe just right there. But what are they at?
Almost $800,000.
Almost $800,000 in like a half an hour, or whenever it ended.
A little more than an hour, yeah.
Oh, a little more than an hour.
Just at this point. Wait, no, is it? Maybe.
Very quickly,
they made $200,000 since the last time I talked to you about it.
That's absurd.
Bullshit. Money right there.
People really
want it, and I can see it. Matt was actually a huge fan of Shenmue, and he's like, "Oh, they need to release another one or whatever." And hey, there you go. There's his freaking ticket, and I'd probably play it too. Yeah, I'd have to play it first, too, but
Yu Suzuki came out and made a total ass out of himself. He sounded terrible on stage. That's okay.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
He's probably laughing right now.
Yeah,
I will be made.
I messed up my game. He sounded awful.
Well, it's okay. Not everyone's gonna be able to speak Spanish.
Well, that's English. Anyway, so the next thing they showed was
Spanish. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I was reading.
Next thing they showed was Batman, Arkham Knight, Scarecrow Nightmare Missions, which was weird. It started out in the cutscene where they were burning the Joker, and he's like, "This is how Batman died," and you're like, "What?" Yeah,
because you're like, "Oh, what the fuck? Where are you going with this?"
And it turns out you're playing a cop in like a coffee shop or something.
It started in a diner. Yeah, diner. It started off so good because I was like, "What if they make this about you? Like it's like a mystery of hunting like a villain." You know, because the Batman villains are really more like down to earth in terms of vulnerability.
That's why I like them.
Yeah, right. They're easier to be like, "Oh, fucking Joker's crazy," but he doesn't have super strength. Oh, except for in fucking Arkham City. But regardless, you know, you're like, "Oh shit," you know, like I can read. What if you play as a cop and you have to stop the Scarecrow? Wouldn't that be crazy? You're just a normal dude.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I think would be cool? Is a game where it definitively looks like Batman's the villain. Like, you almost see him commit a murder, and you track him down. That, I think, would be a fun game. And then, of course, at the end, you learn that he's not the villain.
Yeah.
But I think I thought that's what it was going to turn into.
Well, and that's the thing. Change of perspective is a powerful tool. Look at Metal Gear Solid 2. Why does everyone like Snake so much? Because when he was Pliskin, he fucked... I'm sorry, spoilers. He fucked everything up, dude. On that one. And then when you went back to playing as Snake, you're like, I'm this badass. Like, I fuck shit up.
Yeah.
You know, so...
That would have been cool. It is not. Unfortunately, it's really just Scarecrow tricking your mind.
Yeah.
You play like a nightmare.
Yeah, and in first person, it looks like. And it's exclusivity. That's all they really talked about.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Project Morpheus, they talked about a game called Riggs. It's a cartoony 3v3 battle arena type of game.
That's it.
Interesting to see it with the headset.
Yeah. I actually did not look at it that much. I was on the Fallout game. Do not say anything. How did the Morpheus headsets look? Were they like more closer to you, it looked like? Because the Oculus Rift is like, it's almost like putting a projector in your eyes.
I don't recall. It looks... They all look the same to me.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Yeah, I'm talking about you. Your kind. You Fallout Shelter player people.
So then they talked about Call of Duty, but they gave us a really extensive look at it, and I have to admit, it looked pretty good. It reminds me of Brink, but Brink done properly in the sense that
very fast paced, very explosive, very running,
very intense, very Deus Exy. Yeah, not sexy. Deus Ex. Dash.
You had me going there for a second.
Whatever. But flipping around off the walls, using your jetpacks, and then also switching your hand into a Gatling gun like fucking Gundam or some shit. Really worked. It was really cool. I really liked it. I was impressed. I might actually pick this one up.
And that one's coming out on November 6th, 2015. The beta in August. The guy said the beta is only for PlayStation 4, at least for a certain period of time.
And there's a little bit more exclusivity that they talked about.
The home for Call of Duty is PlayStation.
Which is pretty bold. Because Call of Duty is like you can't contain that.
And I would kind of think almost the Xbox would be the primary target for that game.
Yeah.
But, hey, whatever.
What do we know, right?
And then Disney Infinity came out. I absolutely hated I don't know his name, but whoever was...
really hate this guy.
Yeah, I wrote that on my notes. Whoever this guy was, he was a douchebag. Yeah. He looked like a used...
Are you ready
He was a used car salesman.
Infinity? Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Does he realize that the age demographic that was in that audience had to have been over 20?
Well, see, that's the thing that I'm trying to get at with Sony. They had really good points. They couldn't fit it all.
Yeah.
So they're like, all right, throw up fucking, what's his name, who wants to be, roll with the big shots or some shit. And he's like, really? All right, guys. And then he goes up there and he's like, aren't you excited? And you're just like, no, motherfucker, I'm not. It's Disney Infinity. And understand, we're not calling people childish who like Disney. It's just a fact of you're riding on the coattails of the Final Fantasy VII remake.
It's in between two different games.
Yeah.
It's in between Call of Duty and Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
Or two high-octane, really next-gen shooters where they're fucking killing each other.
What the shit?
And you put Disney Infinity, Twilight of the Republic, and Rise Against the Empire in there.
That should have been first before you went to... That should have been with World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Just put those together so we can get that baby shit out of our mouth.
Baby shit.
Anyway, so moving on. I hated that. Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront came next. We've already seen some of it. You liked it, though.
Yeah, they showed off survival mode, which is sort of like a little horde thing, but you have to slowly advance and push back the enemy. You're taking the perspective of the rebels against the Empire. Man, on a place other than Hoth, the graphics really shine through.
I agree. I think it looked even better than Hoth was.
I was just I was blown away. I was like, I need to see more of this game. Because everyone felt like they were doing a purpose. You saw the guy put a shield up.
I still wish... I'm still not happy about the machine guns. I think I've talked to you about it before. I hate the machine gun lasers, because that is not in the original trilogy.
It's the blaster rifles.
Yeah, but it's not a machine gun.
Okay, they're assault rifles.
It's not a machine gun.
I'm telling you!
In the original trilogy, that did not happen.
I will bet you money.
That it happened in the original trilogy.
Yes.
Machine guns.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, not firing
Right.
But they did fire rapidly. Yes, I will bet you.
Okay. All right. You're on it.
Regardless, though.
And I think that's where the thing ended. So that was it for the Sony.
Come on, we gotta talk about it.
What?
So Sony's little friendly company, Naughty Dog, had a little bit of a presentation that they forgot that they were doing, apparently.
Yeah.
There was awkward silence for a little bit, darkness, followed by, this is Uncharted, so we know where we're going, and then a little bit of cutscene, going straight into gameplay. Looked great. You're like, what's gonna happen next? Well, no one knew, and Sony didn't either, because no one was up there to play the demo. You're just standing there He's hunched over a little bit.
You see them walk into a city, and then the cutscene has him like walk up to a ledge. He's like, "Oh, look, that's where we gotta go." And they're like, "Okay." He turns around, the guy runs to the crowd, and just stands there for a solid gotta be a minute.
You gotta love him.
just standing there.
It looks like it was an important rep from Naughty Dog because you didn't see him come on stage, but then they replayed the demo.
Yeah, the demo starts over.
I'm sure because there were scripted parts that they wanted to get out, and then restarted it. Finally, get some action. Starts running through. Starts playing it up, and damn, does that game look good! Whew. Holy shit! Detailed environments.
Destructible environments.
Destructible environments. Man, when he was hiding behind the sand, or was it sand?
The crate.
Like food or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were shooting at smoke's coming up. I'm like,
oh yeah,
very good, very good,
very good.
And then obviously, of course, characters talk too much, which is pretty common. It's a common staple in Uncharted.
I'm okay with it because they're really good at dialogue.
They are good at dialogue. And being like they have a father and son dynamic, literally. It works well. It's like you're just bullshitting with your dad, and you're just like, all right, motherfucker, your turn to drive, so it's fine. But like racing through the village, wrecking that shit was amazing. It looked great. I was like, I'm very surprised here. Regardless, it ends with our mystery player literally hunched over. I don't know, laughing or just from embarrassment. He's like, gets up, walks out.
I'm out of here.
Nothing. So, and then there we go. That completes E3 for Sony.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
Come on.
You tell me.
I mean,
so
Final Fantasy 7.
The part where you blew my eardrums out when you were
dude, I was
Final
screaming. I was scrumming. But I have to say, Last Guardian was an absolute close second.
I'm gonna say Last Guardian
because Last Guardian it's culturally relative and it's good for gaming. That is that game is good for gaming because it shows something. It shows you can build a connection with a story. And I hate when people say you can make a video game without story. That's true. But you want to make a good, engaging game, you put a story in it. And that person's going to be talking about it for years to come. Some of the best games that we all talk about have great stories.
I have to know how it ties into...
if it ties into them?
I guarantee you it does.
Really?
What's the Last Guardian?
Shut up. So I need to know how it ties into Shadow of the Colossus and Eco. I have to know.
Yeah. They tie into each other?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus? I haven't played either one of them.
Oh yeah, in a brilliant way.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. Absolutely, though, like... It's a good day to be a gamer. It's a good year. Leading this year and into next year. There's so many good things that are coming out. It's unreal.
What was your favorite part?
Let us know in the comment section. Hello.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm exhausted. Emotionally.
Yeah. Make sure to like
us,
comment subscribe.
Subscribe to us.
Check us out on This Is the Itch on Twitch.
We do new videos every week.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
A maze here. Well, just keep heading down. Not again. Hang on! Where the hell are you going? You're the one who said just head down. Jesus! Coming through! Oh, this was really a great idea, mate. Do you want to drive? Oh, you're doing just fine. See? I got it. Crap. These guys don't give up. Hey, up those stairs! Here we go! Whoa! No! Man, Rafe really wants us out of the picture! Gee, you think? I think we lost him! Hey, Nate? Yeah? We can never, ever come back to this city. Add it to the list. Whoa, 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 watch it! Really? You got a 4x4, go around. Hang on! Sorry, fellas. First time driver here. Yeah, we'll be out of your way in a second. Alright. Let's see that truck get past that. Come on! Come right, come right! Wait! Don't worry, I got this! I got this! I don't got this! Oh, for Sam. Hey, I think that's him. Right there. Hold on! What do you think I've been doing? How do we get to him? Damned if I know. Just keep following that convoy. Man, you think they sent enough goons after us? Well, we're still alive, so maybe not. Sorry about the chickens. Hey, we need to hurry. Come on! There they are. You see any way to get to Sam? Not yet. We're running out of road, kid. I know. Nate. Nate! Here, take the wheel. What? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Yep, probably. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, crap.